For the past several years, I have been traveling the Midwest looking for kick-ass bands and quality venues that you need to know about. I am Jeremy Schindorf, and this is That Local Metal Show.
We're in Detroit, Michigan at L Club with TP Records, Ruby the Hatchet. We got Owen over here on drums, Lake on the bass, Jillian on the VOX. We got Johnny that plays that SG, and Sean on the keys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Pretty good. Staying warm. Trying to.
I thought about getting some sleeves today.
That's a good look without the sleeves on you. It's more badass.
I feel weird when I have sleeves. I forget how to talk. First, we'll talk about the new album coming up. This was the first album. We had talked about it on a previous episode. This is Ouroboros. The second is Valley of the Snake, which I got a really cool cassette of it last night in Cleveland. But let's talk about the new album.
Right. Yeah.
When we think it's coming out?
Hopefully late spring, I think. Late spring or early summer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many tracks-ish?
I think it's 7.
7. It's kind of 8 because there's a song that has kind of 2 parts to it.
Yeah.
But 7 songs actually.
Very cool.
Yeah. Keeping with not a lot of tracks though, but it still takes up the same space. We just write long ass songs.
Right.
So.
Do you have a favorite track on the new album?
Ooh.
I know I do.
You do? What's you first?
Killer. I love Killer.
That's my favorite track.
Now, is that about the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah.
I thought I remember it was either the Cincinnati or the Columbus show. You had said that, and I had it on camera and kind of looked it up a little bit. Late 60s, early 70s California.
Totally. Yeah, I love writing about other perspectives. Zodiac Killer is definitely like on my mind with that. But also, it's kind of funny, like all the pre-election stuff.
Yeah.
Like Ted Cruz, everyone calling him the Zodiac Killer.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, all my intro, like at all the shows, I was like, this is about the Zodiac Killer, Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, who's that?
It was cool last night because when you guys played it in Cleveland, I knew the words to it, and I knew all the breaks, and I had my hand up. Everybody, how did it was new to most everybody else, and I've had it recorded since May 21st or May 22nd.
Cool.
Definitely a good track. So if that's any inclination of how great the album's going to be, it's going to be the great triplet to the rest of these.
Yeah,
now, tonight
all
is
over the place. The album. It's like,
what's that?
It's kind of all over the place. The album. It's like a lot of songs are a lot different from each other, and it's got like a really cool mood.
Yeah. You're just doing a lot of vocals again on this one?
Oh yeah. Yeah. A lot more vocals than just in general.
Really?
A lot of
John's doing some vocals too.
He sings on a track.
We're trying to get as like Fleetwood Mac as possible. Just like everyone writes, and everyone's a good singer. So at some point we're going to be able to put a microphone in front of everyone, I hope. Especially like.
I really noticed last night your vocals, man. It's some good chops, man. That really, I don't remember seeing or hearing that before. And last night at the Grog, it really showed up.
Cool, man. That's good to hear.
My co-host for my podcast was with me, and he's like, "Man, that dude really adds a nice harmony to it."
Cool. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Thank
something
you.
I noticed even more.
Awesome.
And one thing I wanted to talk to you about is you got to play keys with Uncle Ass and the Deadbeats.
Oh yeah.
Because I talked to Jillian last night and said, well, we haven't been to Detroit yet. And I thought, man, I thought they had.
Oh, yeah.
You had.
Yep.
That was at the Majestic, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, how was that, touring with those guys?
That tour was amazing. The first show was the most stressful, though, because that was right before BOC.
Yeah.
At Psycho. But they're probably the sweetest bunch of guys to tour with.
Yeah.
And the Shrine in Donovan, too, was just like a party train the whole time. It was great. It was so good. Yeah.
So you guys don't actually live in Philadelphia. You live in the Pine Barrens, right, in Jersey?
Yeah, like South Jersey. It's right outside of Philly.
Yeah, it's not the Pine Barrens. It's just like literally
it's a
like
river town.
10 minutes
it's on
over
Delaware,
the bridge.
so it's like,
Pine tree. There's more.
We're on the outskirts of the Pine Barrens, all that woodsy, like it's a lot of farmland by us.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, it is like right at the base of the bridge to Philadelphia.
But I got a shop in Kensington.
I live in
Owen was
Fishtown.
Philly.
Okay.
So, we're like very close to Philly.
Yeah, and that's how I always tell everybody Philadelphia. I mean,
That's the city. That's the city we're based out of. You know,
Yeah.
we don't
play all the
play shows in
shows.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
When we do play New Jersey, it's Asbury Park.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, Joe's
Our
actually
way.
from
That's
there.
where I'm from, so it's like we have those connections.
We're not
but
really
then-
a Jersey-based band.
yeah.
Okay, so could you tell people that aren't hip to you guys yet, which they're about to be hip to you as much as I talk about you guys all the time, how long have you been around before this album came out? How long have you collectively been this unit?
Together, I think it's like six years now.
2011, 2010.
I think, yeah. I think we started jamming, the three of us, 2009.
Winter of 2009.
Yeah, and it was like a three-piece. I think we played a basement show as a three-piece.
Yeah.
And so we've been playing for a while, but I was just talking about this the other night. Like we didn't take it like too seriously until probably 3 years ago. We just really enjoyed playing together, making music. So like a lot of us have been jamming together for a long time before acquiring Sean.
Right.
And then that kind of, from this album to this album, you can really hear when Sean joined and how that influences the songwriting.
Oh, absolutely.
And then now the new album, we have Lake, and that influences the songwriting. So it's like this just, I guess like a 6 going on 7-year evolution.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Very, very cool. Hey everybody, tonight we are in South Detroit in the shadow of the Ambassador Bridge at a little place called El Club down on Verner Highway. Tonight we're here for Ruby the Hatchet, so let's go in and check out this cool little club and see what they've got to offer you. Come along. All right, when you first come in, the first thing you see is the bar. Really good sized bar, fully stocked of course. You look above the bar, I believe they might service Lincolns in Detroit, Michigan. Here's the merch area. They got quite a bit of room to set up for a couple of bands. And if you look back down the hallway, they've got a kitchen. They do wood-fired pizzas, and I had some last week at the Red Fang show. Very, very good. And here we are outside enjoying this beautiful Detroit, Michigan December night. This is the really cool patio. I can't imagine how cool it is in the summertime, but it's definitely cool right now. All right, this is the patio area out here. Really cool, very artistic, artsy-fartsy, if you will. You have local artists that paint these awesome murals here, and it's cold now. They'll have this fire raging in just a few hours, and there'll be people out here just chilling and enjoying. You have all this seating out here, which now has been brushed off. The snow has been brushed off from it, but very inviting, very nice atmosphere. One of the coolest things that are upcoming here, though, they have this Airstream. And I just talked to Sarah, the production manager, and she said by summertime, they plan on having this a full working bar. So this Airstream will serve all the masses out here on this patio, which holds the capacity of 305 people. So you can have a raging party out here just on the patio at El Club. If you can find something cooler than that in Detroit, Michigan, let me know. All right, so now we come into the meat and potatoes of the facility where we actually have the performances take place. Got some really cool stuff going on the walls here. I had said earlier about local artists coming and painting. These are going to be changing murals. From time to time, we'll have different artists come in, paint over these with their ideas and beauty. So that's something that's definitely cool. Something you don't get in every place. You don't have a wall this size that's easily paintable. I mean, you've got a stone taco. I'd hate to see that get painted over. But I'm sure something cool will go over top of that. Rad black skull. Got some flowers for eyes. All right, and here we are at the stage. Not the biggest of stages, but it's nice and new. This place has only been around since like May in this form. Everything new, state of the art. The monitors are all lined up nice. Everything, it's decent size for everyone. Even if a backlining band is in here, you've still got plenty of room. Another cool thing about this room is it's a very long room. Not the widest, but it's really long. So if you're a short guy like me and you're stuck back in the back of the room, you don't get to see because you know that 6'5" guy is always in front of you. But they have this elevated area, like a VIP section. You got 3 steps up. A couple 3 booths back here. and you're sitting right behind the soundboard, so you know that the sound is premier right here. This is the pocket, if you will. They've got a lot of really nice acoustic stuff done in here to the ceiling especially, not so bouncy. Really a very good attention to detail. All right, now we're gonna go to the really cool spot of the venue. Follow me to the green room. All right, the coolest room in the joint, the green room. This is where all the magic happens, I hear. Let's see what the guys in Earthless and Ruby the Hatchet are doing. Is there any magic going on? Lots of pizza being eaten.
Not magic, just a little bit of gathering.
Oh, nice play. But this is the green room at El Club. Well, thank you guys very much, and we're very excited about the show tonight.
Us too, man.
Sweet.
So, you got 8 tracks on the new album. What's the name of the new album? Have you released that yet?
No.
We're still working on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I'm
still
excited.
trying to.
Still working on the name.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
We might go with Henry.
Henry?
Howard's
So, well, it's funny with Valley, we didn't have that name until we got the artwork. We saw the artwork and it identified with one of the songs. I sent Adam Burke, the artist, send him lyrics and songs. And so once we saw it, we were like, oh, Valley of the Snake, you know? So maybe that might happen with this album. It kind of all comes together in the end, you know, for us.
Well, I've been a fan. I caught you guys late last year at Mr. Small's in Pittsburgh with Uncle Acid. Fell in love with the music, and I noticed a few of you have the hatchet on your arm, and I thought
These two, yeah.
I thought I would do that myself.
So awesome.
I went to Hot Rod Tattooing in Martins Ferry down by Wheeling. It's on the Ohio side of Martins Ferry, and I got that. Well, last night when we were hanging out, everybody was so nice to autograph my arm. And I went to Toledo today to permanently scarred and perfectly tattooed, perfectly
Down
pierced.
for life.
And Book,
Yeah.
That's
James
wild.
Book went and tattooed all of their names on my arm. So I am a hatchet wielder.
Yeah, you're in the club now.
And this leads me to, I've had many people, as I've talked about Ruby for so long, said, how did they get the name? Well, I've read on this, and it's a funny story, and I would like these guys to elaborate on the story of how you came up with Ruby the Hatchet.
I had this old Toy Machine Skateboards t-shirt. The great illustration of Jesus and Satan shaking hands. And
Ed Templeton
it said
design.
"Bury the Hatchet" on the top. And I don't know, I think we were drinking at the house one night. And Joe's like, it looks like your shirt says Ruby the Hatchet. And we're like, that's the fucking band name. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we were trying to
Joke
come
of
up with a
dyslexia.
name.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure anyone who tries to make music, if you try to come up with a name, it's the most annoying, frustrating process, and everything you're like, oh, it's so cheesy, that's so this or that, and then it just comes to you in this organic way. It's way more fun.
So any upcoming tour to kick off this the new album in the summer? Anything?
Nothing
Well,
planned yet in the States.
We have Roadburn,
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
Desert Fest, right? Maybe? Maybe. Okay. Well, we're definitely
We have
gonna be-
Roadburn,
We have Roadburn.
in the Netherlands, so we're trying to plan some tentative European stuff around that, which is exciting because that'll be our first time over there. But as for the States, yeah, we're going to figure it out once we get the album going, but we'll definitely do a full US tour of that.
I talk about the 6 degrees of separation many times. I went to see that show with Uncle Acid, and my friends Brimstone Coven from Wheeling, they were on that bill. So of course I went for that.
Yeah.
And then I saw you guys for the first time. There was a guy in the audience, and I'm telling him about Brimstone. He's like, "What do you think about Ruby?" I'm not familiar with them.
yeah.
And he's like, "Do you like female-led, like witchy, doomy music?" Well, yeah, who don't? And you guys came out, and I'm like, Uncle Acid's great, but holy shit, that's why I took you guys away as my favorite of the night. And I even told my friends in Brimstone that you guys are great, but man, that's really got my ear. And I've been a great fan. I rode the motorcycle to that show, and I followed the Ohio River almost all the way home, and I listened to that album probably.
That's awesome.
Valley of the Snake I bought that night. I listened to it probably 10 times.
Nice.
It didn't come out of the disc player for quite some time. It really got me. And I bought this, I think at the Cincinnati show, and that really turned me on. And I didn't have a digital copy of it. All I had was vinyl, so I just listened to it at home. So I'm honestly more hip to the Valley of the Snake album just because I didn't have it digitally in my phone. I didn't have it in my iPod. Both of them are just stupendous albums. I am so excited to hear this new one.
Oh, thank you.
Cool, man, yeah.
They're excited to get the new one out. It's been a while since that one now, and we've toured it, we've gotten it out there. It's a good album, but now it's like the next wave of music for us. We're excited to put out there.
Yeah,
And I
this
have-
one's definitely a bigger sound too.
Yeah.
The new one, yeah. It's recorded in the house. It's very unique. There's no other place on the planet.
It's got saxophone on it.
Yeah, the saxophone?
Got a little
Yeah.
sax.
Last night I was listening to people talk about the set because I was up on the stage with the
yeah.
guys with the camera, and they're like, "Dude, the dude on the keys, he's like an electric guitar player playing lead with keys." I said, "Yeah, he hit me in the hip like 5 times."
Oh, I did?
It was. Don't be sorry, dude. That's awesome.
Good. Yeah, Sean Rock's out and it's on a dolly, so it's like moving on some stage.
My buddy Chris Bradley was with me, and he kept trying to catch everything that was coming off. Dude, you kicked that thing's ass, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a rich sound for you guys.
Thanks, man.
I was talking to people at work, and they said, "Well, what do they sound like? They don't sound like anybody else. But if you could listen to Chocolate, it's that rich."
Thank you.
I've listened to Chocolate before, quite honestly.
Oh yeah.
So, anybody else in any other bands? I know you are.
Oh yeah, it's just like a little side project.
Sure.
Very minimal. I play bass and sing, and our other housemate plays guitar and sings. We have like an ace tone rhythm box which is really cool because playing bass has just helped me out with songwriting too. Just like a new approach, but everyone's got some little things going on.
Yeah.
I sing for a band called Kiska as well.
Kiska?
It's like 90s space rock kind of stuff, sound and stuff. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, that's kind of like part-time. This is the full-time, obviously. We all have a little jamming.
I still play a lot of dub reggae.
Yep.
Which,
West
believe it or
Kensington's-
not, helps with the riffs.
I believe it. So where's some places back home you like to play? Who are some bands you like to play with?
Oh yeah.
My favorite band to play with, unfortunately, just played their last show in Philly. They're called Serpent Throne, and if no one has heard of them, please check them out. Serpent Throne. They're the most badass instrumental, like classically arranged metal band. It's like beautiful harmonies and no vocals to mess it up. Vocals will make and break a lot of music, especially metal. They're so great, and we did Riffmas with them last year around this time, and unfortunately we're on the road for this one, but they just played their last show, but you can look up their stuff online. It's just everyone should listen to it.
Person, you guys played with Person and
Oh, yeah,
they're
they're-
no longer.
yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
so upsetting. I love them.
I didn't sleep very well last night because of that.
Such a phenomenal band.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's On the Radar, where we're going to feature Krieg's Legion from Detroit, Michigan. I caught them at the Maidstone Theater up in Ypsilanti back in February of 16, and they were killer. Definitely something that was a little bit unfamiliar to me with the Detroit hardcore punk sound, but definitely had some thrash roots and metal roots. A great, lots of energy show. This is their album War Bastard. On vinyl. Love that marbled action. I'm such a vinyl junkie, which every week won't be vinyl because not everybody puts out on vinyl, but these ones will. And once again, all of the lyrics. I love the lyric sheet. It's great, man. Because you ever have that question, what did he just say there? There's the answer. You don't even have to Google. Check that out. But hardcore punk, metal, thrash, all thrown together from Detroit, Michigan. And they're led by a gentleman that goes by the name of Colonel Slanders. If you ain't down with that, I don't know what you're going to get down with. So yeah, check them out. They're all over the place in the southern Michigan area. A lot of great shows. They're put on some great bills with metal and with hardcore punk. So they have that vast realm that they can go through and not just be put in one corner of just metal band or whatever. But yeah, check them out. This is War Bastard from Krieg's Legion. They're what's on my radar, and they should be on yours.
One last segment that we like to talk about is gear. So I'm going to go around the table and ask each one of you what you play and how long you've been playing it, why it's your favorite. So what do you play?
I play in 1973, 74 Ludwig Vistalite. That's like a clear Vistalites. I've had it for not too long. It belongs to my brother. He kind of just like gave it to me. He collects drums and he can't really play anymore. So he just kind of like lends me kits. But that's the kit I have now, and I'm a Ludwig player. I've always loved
Cymbals?
Ludwig. Cymbals is his ride cymbal. He's got like a sizzle ride that I rock the sizzles out of.
He de-sizzles it. I sizzle it.
My crash cymbal is, I'm not gonna even hate it. I hate it to bits.
To bits?
To bits. It was a gift because I broke my other cymbal that I had. I had like a pasty giant beat crash that I didn't get a warranty on, which I learned my lesson. But yeah, just Ludwigs and whatever cymbals I can get a hold of.
Right, and just beat the shit out of them.
I need an endorsement.
Yeah, he's looking for an endorsement. Lake, I mean, I know you play that beautiful Rickenbacker.
Yes, I do.
Just tell us about your whole rig.
What else am I using? Big Muff, Fuzz, the wah. I don't really use the wah though for any of the songs right now.
Not right now.
Why not?
Why not?
Because I'm out of patch cases actually right now. What was I gonna say? I'm using Sean's Bandmaster that he built. did stuff with. I got to get a new head though since we get back. That's the next game plan.
Yeah.
And then an 8x10.
8x10.
Yeah, standard stuff.
Now you have more pedals than most guitar players.
I do. And sometimes they're troublesome. And also, Sean has built that situation up. We're all kind of using like Sean gear. But yeah, I definitely.
Fix everything, make everything.
Yeah. I run through like a Space Echo, and I just started messing around with the Cathedral that I actually got for my bass. But I had like a defunct delay pedal, and Johnny was like, switch it out with the Cathedral. So now this tour, I've been doing that, and that's cool. And
Sounds way better.
yeah, it's like we do a lot of cool things on the album, and then live, it's like, how can I make that sound like the album? And there's totally a way, just like a guitar, to do that. So yeah, we mess around with that.
What about you, Johnny? I know you play the SG.
Yeah, it's a cheapo because the idea of having an expensive guitar kind of terrifies me. So, I'm gonna spend $3,000 on this really nice Gibson. Oops, I dropped it. I should have bought a car with that money.
But you guys are touring musicians. You're not millionaires? Laura Dolan said the greatest
We are.
thing.
We're
She
just
goes-
cheap.
Laura said, yeah, we're not out here getting rich. We're out here getting broke. But we love doing what we do.
Yeah.
That's truer than most people know. Other than the SG, I got an old Bassman 100. Sean just upgraded the flux capacitor on it, so I got to take it up to 88 miles an hour tonight. And,
You're going to see some serious shit. Very cool. And let's hear about that beautiful rig of yours.
Oh yeah, it's 57 Larry SS organ, and got it for free right before the Uncle Acid tour.
Oh, no.
It wouldn't even turn on. It was because the AC power cord was so old. So all I had to do was put in a new cord, and it went through the whole tour. I broke more shit on it just moving around, but yeah.
The American tubes in that?
Oh yeah, all RCA, made in Jersey. It's good. And I rebuilt like the Leslie amp I used too. That's all over the new record, which I'm really excited about. The old record, it was like my other Hammond and stuff, and it's there's a lot of organ players out there. You might not be able to find most of them all the time, but they're generally all Hammond players. So having this organ is really nice for me because it's like a sound I can't get. So I love it.
Well, we're going to let them get up here on the stage pretty soon and rock this place. And I just want to thank these guys for taking the time out of their busy schedule to sit with us and be part of this show. And I want to tell you that if you're watching, rock and roll is not dead. And tell your parents to bring you to a show. And if you're the parents, you should be at the show because rock and roll is not dead. It's out here everywhere from Philadelphia to California.
Bring your Mac. Bring your pack.
Bring your man, bring your
Bring
pat.
your man, your pack. But yeah, thank you very much to Ruby the Hatchet.
Thank you.
And we're going to go watch them kick some ass. We'll see you guys later.
Cheers.
Until next time.
Great question, too. Thanks.
Thank you.